this is okay. So after Summit, Summit being the like last week, Thursday, Friday. First of all, if you were not able to watch any of Summit or all of Summit, they are all going to be uploaded in the coach office. So make sure that you check in, watch the Coach Summit. If you want to go to Coach Summit next year, which I strongly encourage you to do so, hopes that obviously it's going to be remain in person. Summit is literally one of my favorite weekends of the entire year. It is such an incredible energy. I personally, 5 years into this, will go for the energy. I don't need to go necessarily for all of the trainings. While I absolutely, I'm not too good for trainings, it's the energy. And then exactly, it is literally getting to finally meet people who you have the strongest relationships with via this stupid Zoom, and these people that you now are friends with, you get to see them and be with them. And there is nothing that solidifies this business, in my opinion, more than being able to just chill like regular people in person. It solidifies your team, your purpose. It solidifies the people that you are connected to. It solidifies the reason that you are doing this business. You get to listen to people live tell you how this business has changed their life, and you get to be able to envision that for yourself. So get in on Summit. Tickets are already on sale. This is usually when I buy my tickets as well. And I always get it because they're always on sale. So right now they are on like a really wicked deal. And then the sale price will just keep going up by bumps. And then eventually it will go to full price. So get in on that. I highly encourage it. I'm so excited to freaking get to do this in person finally. But I wanted to dive in today on this particular topic, literally from just the fire that I felt of my own experience and what I was doing last week with pre-sale of my other business and the energy of Summit. And it was just like this, I don't know, it was just like this feeling of like, oh my God, I need to talk about this. So last week I did a pre-sale for my new shirt business because I am going to do a full launch of the entire shop. It's this Wednesday, and I wanted to do a pre-sale because I wanted to get a taste of what people are interested in purchasing before I fork out a whole pile of money to have inventory. So my pre-sale was you purchase, and then from what you purchase, I then go and order the blanks of only what was purchased. And then I can use that money that people paid in order to purchase that. Does that make sense? So I didn't have to go and have all of this inventory just to launch before I knew if it was even going to work, if it was even going to be anything. And so that's what the pre-sale was. Now, I set a goal of doing $1,000 in sales for this pre-sale. Now, for me, that felt like a stretch goal. It was like, holy poop my pants, this kind of feels really crazy to say out loud, I want to do this. Like, I remember feeling so nervous to even admit that to Kyle and my mom and my friends. Like, I just was so like, oh my God, do I sound crazy? Do I sound crazy to have a pre-sale goal of $1,000 when I have no experience doing shirts? I have no idea what I'm doing, and I am very upfront about the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. I just decided to do this, like literally at the time, it was like 4 weeks before this. I am just starting out, and to have a goal of $1,000 felt like such a stretch. But I went for it. I was like, if I could make $1,000, I could cover the costs of what I have invested already. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make $1,000 to cover the cost of what I invested. Now, bonus tip that I learned from Presale, I should have doubled it, because the amount that I earned from Presale, I really just spent all of it, literally all of it, on blanks to have inventory. So I definitely should have done more, but that's okay. You live and you learn. And but anyways, so what I learned from getting to Presale and going through Presale, my Presale went on sale from the 5th, July 5th to the 14th. So it was about a week and a half. It was just over a week. And I had to have a website up. I had to have I had to have the actual items to showcase. I had to have payment options all available. I had to open up a new social media. So I did a new Instagram. I did a TikTok, which I don't do TikToks, but here we are. And I essentially just used the knowledge that I have gained from Beachbody and put it into this. And I was like, well, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyways. That's essentially the mindset that I had. I was like, I want to sell shirts. I knew what my vision, what my mission was. So I personally think this is, again, another bonus tip. The number one thing, in my opinion, that resulted in the accomplishment of I made more than $1,000 in sales. The number one thing that contributed to that was having a clear vision. It was having a very clear idea of what the brand means, of what I am selling, of what I am showing up and helping people with. I am not just selling shirts. It comes out of my mouth all the time. I am not just selling shirts. I am creating pieces for moms to make memories in. The brand is for moms. The brand is for mamas to buy for themselves, for their kids, for their families, or it's for, auntie to buy for, there's going to be auntie shirts, but auntie to buy for mama to be, a friend to congratulate a mama to be. It is, the whole brand is meant for creating pieces of clothing that mean something, that hold like a time capsule, these memories that are created and built so that as they wear these pieces, they're remembering with that little stain of raspberry that got onto their plain white sweater and they can't get it out. And they're going to think to themselves, oh my God, I remember that, like giving my child squishy raspberries because they were so little. That was my vision. So the very first thing that I did, and I will just add it on, there's 9 tips now, but bonus tip is having a clear vision. So in this business, what does it mean for you? What do these programs mean for you? What does succeeding mean for you? What does your boot camp mean for you? What are you showing up for? If you don't know that, then going to sell a challenge pack, going to invite to a boot camp is not going to feel exciting. It's going to feel salesy. I never once felt salesy, and I was doing more salesy things, doing this pre-sale and talking about all of these shirts and the sales and the prices and everything, but it never felt weird. I felt so sure of the prices that I had come up with because they were affordable, they were realistic, they were going to make a profit, but they were also available for everybody. Moms who don't swim in money to buy all of the fancy eco-friendly and super mega soft, all of that, all moms can buy these. That was my other intention. I knew what I wanted, and so I created that. And now when I talk about it, I feel so good about it. So bonus tip for what I learned from Presale was the success that I saw and the success that I see in this business is entirely coming from having a clear vision. If you don't know why you are here, why you are going to get up and fight through the doubts, through the mess, through the investment, through the mix-ups, through the mess-ups, through the mistakes. Don't kid yourself. I have made so many mistakes. I've had so many hiccups. I have learned so much in the last few weeks, diving headfirst into doing this pre-sale and making it happen. Late nights. What is going to get you up in the morning before your entire day start? What is going to get you doing your work when you don't want to do it? If you don't have a clear vision, that is the first place you need to start. And I'm not talking, I want to be a diamond coach. I am talking, what does this mean to you? When you are selling, I want you to make the statement that says, I'm not just selling a challenge pack. I am fill in the blank. Okay? People have to buy in order to join you. So what are they purchasing? I'm not just selling a program. I am selling blank. I am not just selling Shakeology. I am selling blank. I am not just selling a challenge pack. I am creating blank. What is it that people are buying into? Okay, 8 pointers that I discovered through doing pre-sale. Number 1, people want to follow along with your goal and they want to participate in it. So what I did is over here, do you see there down on the bottom? That's supposed to be my whiteboard. It's a mirror that turned into a brain dump. But what I did on the bottom was I admitted what my sales goal was. Shitting my pants, literally freaking out. But I admitted it. I admitted what my goal was. Pre-sale goal, 1K. And what I did was I made a meter from 100 all the way to 1,000. And every time that I hit one of those 100 markers, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, I crossed it off. I filled it in. And it was like a meter that was filling up until I got to 1,000. And I kept updating that. Number 1, that was for me. It was for me to see, where am I? When I was only at $500 of this 1K set goal, I was thinking to myself, well, shit, I better get going. I'm like 3 days into pre-sale and I'm only at $500. And 400 and something of that, or $600, and 500 of it came from the first day. I had 2 days where I had 0 sales. And I'm thinking to myself, looking at this meter, shit, I got to get my stuff together. Like, what do I need to do in order to get out there and make more money? How do I make more sales? I have a goal of 1,000. I know why I have that goal. I wanted to make enough to cover the costs that it cost me just to get to that pre-sale. Then I kept crossing it off. And you know what happened at the end? I was at like $870 or something, $850 or something like that on before the last day. And on that last day, that Wednesday, that 14th, I said, I still believe that this can happen. And then I was crossing it off. And every single time that there was an order that came through that Tuesday and Wednesday, I would cross it off. And in those final hours, it was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:15 or something, somebody ordered, and you know what happened? They sent me a text message, they sent me a DM. And they said, I just put in an order for $107. I hope that got you to your goal. So not only did she want to participate and order these products for herself, she went and took the time to make sure that I knew that she ordered and wanted to know if this was going to contribute to my goal. Within the next 10 minutes, another woman went and ordered, and it was for $49 something, $50, and she sent me a message too. Literally within 10 minutes, I got these 2 messages saying, I hope I just helped you get to your goal. So not only did I get to my goal, I surpassed my goal. And you know what was the coolest thing? They felt a part of it. So what I want you to do in your business is come up with a sales goal. Now, this goal doesn't need to be the thing that I was thinking about it, like, we kind of do this, you know? Oh, I've got 3 spots for my challenge group, and you put up this screen thingy on your stories, and you put the names in. I want you to do it in a different way. I want you to do it in a sales meter, because I don't want you to just focus on challenge packs. I want you to help people with all of the things. I think that's one of the things that sets our team apart, is that we know that challenge packs are not the only way that we can help people, and that we also really like to focus on retention. We like to help our clients, our coaches, our people that have already been here. We want to make sure that they are recognized too. So I want you to set a sales goal, not an income earning goal. This was not so according to my Shopify list website, I made more than what the sales was. It was like $1,235 because people would pay for their own shipping. I offered free shipping for $50 and more. So anybody who didn't order $50 or more, they had to pay for shipping. So that was included in the total earnings. I only counted the sales. So the actual, the amount that was sold. So for you and for us in Beachbody, this would be how much does it cost, or what is somebody actually purchasing? Okay? Not what you're making in commission. I don't want you to focus on what you're making in income. What I focused on sales, do you know what small, very small percentage of that is my own profit? It's not $1,000. I make out of that $1,177, $200 was profit. That's it. Okay? So in your business, you are allowed to sell things. You are allowed to sell things and proudly sell them. Talk about a sales goal. I want you to pick an amount. Whatever comes to mind, what is that gut amount that comes to mind? It needs to be an amount that you know that you can do, but also makes you feel a little bit nervous. Like, ooh, this is gonna be like I could have set my sales goal as 5,000 because that would be really cool. But I knew in my head, it's not realistic. I am just starting to tell people about my business. I have 170 people on this Instagram that's the only place that I talked about my pre-sale. So to be realistic, I had to think, okay, I'm only exposed to 170 people. At the time, it was only about 130 people before the pre-sale really started. And so in my mind, I was like, okay, 100 people. I need about an average of $35 sale to get 1,000. That's 30 people. So I was thinking to myself, I'm just being realistic, right? I'm being realistic, but it was a stretch goal. When I said it out loud, I was like, this is a little bit scary, but I knew that it was totally possible. So I want you to make a sales goal that is absolutely possible, but does make you feel a little bit like, this is a little freaky. Right? I want you to be excited about it. I don't want it to be too easy. Don't tell me that your sales goal is $100. If you sell a challenge pack, you're making already that. Okay? Some good ideas would be maybe $500 if you're a new coach, $1,000 if you've been here for a little bit, $2,000 in sales if you've got you've got coaches and clients and you have people, $3,000 if you want to go for a stretch goal, $5,000 in sales if you want to have a really big month. If you break these down, put it into an average of what somebody's spending for you, I would say an average of like $100, right? An average of $100, calculate that and figure out how many people that would be. Now, you're gonna have some people who spend $280, some people who spend $45 for just a tub of Energize. But now you get to think in your head, I get to celebrate selling a challenge pack. I get to celebrate selling a BOD membership. No longer are we not celebrating a bod membership for $100 and whatever dollars, right? We get to celebrate this, and not for us in our team, but for these people that are participating. I want you to pull them into your business. I want you to bring your followers along. I don't want you to have yourself on this pedestal. The number one thing that I learned from the presale was that I could be a beginner and still have success. And what that reminded me of was that I didn't need to be an expert in order to talk about my success. I could be a beginner and bring everybody along with me. I could be a beginner and still be viewed as somebody that they want to invest in, right? You don't need to be a top coach for somebody to be invested and excited to take part in your business. You don't need to be an elite coach to talk about your successes and finances and sales and team. You can be a very beginner, starting point. You can be a coach who, Kaylin, you can be a coach who has been diamond and you're talking about how you want to get this back. We need to take our pride out of this business. And this is why I say it came up from Summit, like this energy, because I was just so sick and tired of feeling like we had to be better. Like our pride was just in the freaking way. Sometimes in this business, it pisses me off that people are not celebrating the fact that they're an emerald coach or a diamond coach and feeling inadequate to talk about what their business looks like until it is diamond and beyond. We don't need to pretend that we're a diamond or 2-star or 5-star or elite. We don't need to put that out there. We can be ourselves exactly as we are, no matter what rank we are, no matter how experienced we are, no matter what happened last month. We can show up with so much confidence because our vision is what people are buying into. And we can take people along with us. We can bring people along with us and tell them that they are a part of our business and let them celebrate with us. So I encourage you to make a sales goal, to make something fun that you're going to do to calculate and what are the words I'm looking for? To show the progress of that sales goal being accomplished. Maybe you start with a small sales goal so that you know what it feels like to accomplish it. Maybe you start with a $500 sales goal. But every single time that a client purchases something, every single time that you have a lead come through and they purchase something, every single time that you have a coach purchase something, I am talking sales. As long as somebody purchased something from Beachbody, you count it. Okay? I think I saw a question here. Commissions are how much money? And literally the dollar amount of what you're selling. So not your income, not your earnings, not your commissions, nothing about you. You're only calculating for every order that goes through. So you guys, if you're not sure where to calculate this, on your coach office, go under new orders or new customers or new coach orders. And in there, you will see calculated for you all of the orders that go through. That's what you're looking at. So you're not just looking at the CPs that you're selling, the challenge packs that you're selling. You're looking at what is being purchased from people who have been with you since last month or a year ago or 6 months ago, right? I want you to celebrate everything. And what I want you to do is take your whole following along with you. I want your people to be invested in your goal just as much as you are. It is so fun and it feels really good. Okay, number 2 that I learned, that was the biggest one. Number 2, people want to see you. If you're not showing up on your stories, talking to your people, talking about what you're doing, showing what it looks like to work, showing what it looks like to just literally do your computer work, showing what it looks like to take a picture. I want you to show your people what you're doing. I took videos of making some shirts. I took videos of, I would get on my stories and talk about how I don't know what I'm doing. I would talk about what I was learning. I talked about finding shipping and how frustrating it was. I talked about the mistakes that I made. I talked about everything. And while I'm a shirt brand, a shirt business, the thing that everybody is seeing for Make You Remember is my face. They're not thinking, oh, I'm buying it from a shirt brand. They're thinking I'm buying from Ray. And that's what I want. I want them to think the same thing. I want them to think, oh, I'm buying from Kaylin. I'm buying from Genevieve. I am not buying from this coach. I'm buying from her and how this is going to impact her family. Talk about what you use this for in your family. How does it work? Show yourself making your shake, making your lunch. You show yourself, and these things seem so obvious. Like, well, duh, we've been doing that. I want you to go further. If you have never followed small businesses on TikTok, go and do it. See how they share what they're doing in their business, like packaging an order, like putting together some things on their computer, whatever it is, creating things. I want you to do the same thing for your things. Show what you're doing, okay? People want to see you. Talk about what you're learning in your business. Talk about what you're screwing up in. Talk about what you're overcoming. Talk about fears that you're feeling. Bring us along with you. Number 3, I gave a product that people actually want to spend money on. Now, what I learned from Presale is that people are way more inclined to buy clothing than they are to buy a challenge pack. So here's what I'm going to say to this. Hang on. I want you to think about what people want to spend their money on. People don't want to invest in nutrition. People don't want to invest into a superfood shake. People don't want to invest into a challenge group. People don't want to invest into, people don't want to invest into the things that are hard. You know what they do want to invest in? Focus energy. They want to invest in energize. They want to invest in the recover. They don't want superfoods, but they will invest in recover. Why? Because it's fun. It's sexy. Everybody drinks a protein shake. It's cool. They're part of the cool club. I learned this from how fast people will buy a mom shirt. Nobody has money when I asked them to buy a challenge pack, but everybody had money to buy a mom shirt. I couldn't believe it. I truly couldn't believe it. And so what I want to encourage you to do is talk about the things that people want to spend money on. While you can show up and talk about energize, it doesn't mean that you're not going to sell a challenge pack. Sell the challenge pack that has recover and energize in it. And just because you sell the challenge pack that has recover and energize in it doesn't mean that you won't sell Shakeology either at the same time or the following month. Okay? Sell the thing that people want to invest in. People want to buy results. You know what they want? They want results now. So when you are talking about what we do, don't scam people. Don't be a dick. But you can absolutely sell and talk about the results that people are going to get within the first day, within the first week, within the first month, within the first year. What are they going to see now? What are the results that are going to happen now? If you are promoting coaching, what is somebody going to accomplish now, immediately? What are they going to get? If they can make $50, talk about it. If they can make $100, talk about it. What are you selling? What are you selling that people actually want to give you their credit card for? Sadly, in the Beachbody world, it's tougher because Investing in ourselves and our health is not the first thing that we want to buy. So sell the thing that people want to invest in. Think about what those are. Okay, number 4, posting consistently and updating. I kind of said this when I said people want to see you, but remind people to buy. Remind people that you have the sales goal. Remind people that they can buy. Remind people of the prices. Don't be afraid to share the prices. Remind people of what they're getting. Answer any questions that people are getting. Everything. Okay. Remind people. Because I put a note here that people still forgot and messaged me. Did I miss it? Can I still purchase? After I closed the shop on the 15th. I closed it the 15th in the very beginning of the morning. People literally messaged me. I think there was like 2 or 3 people that messaged me that said, can I still buy? Is it still open? Did I miss it? Yeah, you missed it. I posted about it every day from the 5th to the 14th, plus before that. Like, come on, get your shit together. You need to post consistently because people forget and people don't remember to go and look at your social media. People have questions, okay? Okay, number 5, have a purchase day or time period. So Presale really showed me how good it feels to talk about sales for a short period and then to back off and to take a breather, to not talk about money, to not talk about sales, to not talk about purchasing right away, okay? It gave me a breather and it felt really good during the time to be talking about the prices and what it was doing, what it was bringing in for us, the sales goal, all of that. And then I stopped. And then it was a celebration and I didn't have to talk about money. I felt like I was no longer bothering people. So I got to bother them for a while and then I didn't have to bother them for a bit. And so how you can apply this to our business, to your own business with Beachbody is start having a specific start date, a purchase date. Have a purchase period that you are going to accept enrollments from this date to this date. And then you have a little bit of a break. And what do you do during that break? You just keep sharing what you're doing. You share the program that you're doing. You share the products that you're using. You do the same thing, but you take away all of the talk about, you can purchase here. Here's the price. Don't forget, this is where we're at in our sales goal. So maybe your sales goal is not $1,000 for the entire month. Maybe your sales goal is $1,000 for the purchase period. This month, I have a sales goal of $1,000. I have open purchase period from July 1st to the 21st. And so you're talking about sales for 3 weeks. And then the rest of July, you don't talk about sales. You have to be willing to put your freaking time in during that sales purchase period. Or maybe you do the first week and a half is about coaching. The middle week and a half is about challenge groups. And then the in-betweens, you're just cruising. Okay, so I would just say sales. Like I would not beat around the bush. What you can say, how I will be doing it is I will draw a meter just like this and I'll have a sales goal myself. So let's say, just for the sake of it, I have $1,000 sales goal. I will go on and I will explain, okay, I'm actually going to do something. And I learned this from the pre-sale of my t-shirt business. And I want to apply it to my coaching business because I think that it was the coolest thing to celebrate the actual people that were contributing to this sales. Okay. This is not the commissions that I'm making, but what this means is people are investing in their health. And that's what I am seeing when I have this sales meter. Okay, so $1,000. Now you can come in and you can purchase Energize, you can purchase the stack, you can purchase a challenge pack, whatever it is, you will be contributing to this meter. And to me, what that means is that you are investing in your health. So this meter gets filled up. This contributes to me and my goals and my vision. And remember, I'm not just selling a challenge pack. I am here to create a safe space for people to get healthy and live happy lives, to create a happy, healthy lifestyle. That's what I'm here for, right? And that's filling them in on that vision. So going back, I now have to do my own homework and get really freaking clear on my vision with Beachbody. I know my vision with Make You Remember. I create pieces for moms to make memories in. I know what that is. It's simple. I have a vision of what it means. I can clearly paint you a picture of what it means for me to be showing up and creating this business. Now I have to go and fix my own vision with this Beachbody business. You have to do the same. So you need to be able to spit out in one sentence what your purpose, what your mission is with this business. And that's what you're going to share when you tell them about the progress of the sales meter. Yeah. So the thing that I want you guys to not be afraid to do, I don't want you to feel like you have to say things like, the sales don't matter to me. It's the lives that I'm helping. I don't want you to be afraid to say, I fucking love seeing this sales meter climb. I love selling this shit to you. I love every single time that I see a notification come through that says you have a new customer. Now we don't get that, so we have to come up with something else to do. But we can say, I love getting the notification in my office that says you have a new customer. Show the new customer when you go on to your stories. Show the person. Obviously, you will cross out all of their details. You don't have to say their name. You don't have to do any of that. But you can show how they are actually participating in your business, right? I don't want you to say things like, the coolest part about this business is that our income is a direct reflection of the lives that are impacted. And I only say that because I have said that so many times because everybody else says that. And it's defeating. It takes away from the fact that what we do is sell products that change lives. But the thing is, we don't just sell products. We change people's lives as they use them. Right? We create healthy families. Whatever it is for you that your mission is, that's your homework. That's what I want you to talk about when you're talking about this sales progression. Number 6, connect with people in your DMs. Not just inviting, not just sales, but connect with people. Talk to people. Get in your stories and watch people's stuff. Comment on their things. You know that tab on the daily activity tracker that's now called the DAT? Did you get that done? You know that portion that says connect with people? This is your connection. Your business is a business. It absolutely is a freaking business. One of the things that I heard at Summit was, you're not a blogger, you're a coach. You're not a blogger. And I was like, oh, damn, that is so good. You're not a blogger, you're a business. You have to be willing to sell what we sell. You have to be willing to stand in and breathe with confidence what you are selling. You need to know the numbers. You need to know the price. You need to know the options. You need to know all of the things. What I had was, because I still don't even know my own numbers, I have it highlighted here for myself here. And every time somebody asks me a question, oh, well, what size do you have? I could go to it right here. Okay, these are the sizes in that t-shirt. Okay, well, what are the colors that you have options for? I had that. How much does it cost? I have all the prices. So you don't need to know it by memory. Just have yourself a cheat sheet that you can constantly go back to. Yes, exactly. Scrappy, relentless, hungry, unstoppable. 100%. Exactly. Okay, number 7. This is important. Messy mother freaking action. I don't care that you don't know what you're doing. I want you to do it anyways. I want you to figure it out. And this is where Kaylin and I were watching it together, but this is where I felt those words to my core, because this is literally what I felt. I was living, doing Presale and launching this business. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. No idea what I'm doing. I am so afraid that this is going to be a flop. I am so afraid that I'm not going to make money. I'm so afraid that it is not going to turn into the beautiful vision that I have for it. I have so much fear. I feel the fear and I do it anyways. Scrappy, relentless, hungry, unstoppable. That is how I feel. I have goosebumps. Scrappy. Do the freaking thing no matter how ugly it is. You will absolutely mess up. You will 1000% make a mistake. You will do something wrong. You will have to admit that you did something wrong. There will be hiccups. You will never have a perfect experience in business. Never. But you will also never have success in business if you don't start. Scrappy. Get out there, get dirty, get under it, go and take messy action. Relentless. Be so freaking undeniable about what you are going to accomplish. My vision was that I am creating pieces for moms to make memories in, and I am damn well going to have a goal of $1,000 in pre-sales. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I will not stop. Do you guys know that I actually finished the website for the shop at like 11:30 p.m. the night before it was supposed to go live? I was relentless about what needed to happen. Do you guys know that I don't even have the inventory here in my house for all of the orders that I need to create? I need to create 40 shirts and package them, create them, package them, and mail them out all by Wednesday evening. I don't even have them in my house. Relentless, hungry, unstoppable. Nothing is going to get in my way from accomplishing the vision and the goal that I have for this new business. And the same thing, I still apply it today in my Beachbody business. Scrappy, relentless, hungry, unstoppable. I am here 5.5 years later with the same freaking vision and goal. I want to help people feel so freaking good about themselves. I want to give people a health solution. To me, the reason I continue to do this is because if I can make a change with other women, whether they're moms now or not, I know that I can make their children's lives better than the life that I had. That's actually why I do Beachbody. And I've never found a way to put that into words to explain that. But when I was 22 years old, I remember always saying and thinking, I was a personal trainer. This is the same reason why I was a personal trainer. It had nothing to do with having abs. The reason I did health and fitness and I helped people with health and fitness was because I believed that if I could help women, they will change the household that children, the next generation, will grow up in. I didn't have a healthy household. And I thought that if I could impact and change the mindsets and the lifestyles of the women of these households, those children are going to live better lives. They will be happier. They will have happier parents. They will have happier lives. They will be more fulfilled. They will be loved on. There will be love in that household. That's why I do Beachbody. It has nothing to do with elite. It has nothing to do with 15-star. I don't even give a shit about that stuff anymore. Presale really taught me about what I actually care about, and it's helping people. If you can get to a point where you can explain that to people and you can bring people along for this, watch out, because man, my Beachbody business is about to take a turn. It is about to go boom for the best way possible, because this presale was everything that I needed for my Beachbody business. It reminded me of all of the things that actually got me success in the first place way back 5.5 years ago. So, messy action. Scrappy, relentless, hungry, unstoppable. I fucking love it. We are literally going to, this is the thing of this team. Scrappy, relentless, hungry, unstoppable. And number 8, you have to love the things, the small things outside of production. What that means for me, already thinking up tattoos. Girl, I'm already thinking up shirts. What are we talking about? Yeah, I love it. I love it. You have to love the small things outside of production. For me, in the presale, what that looked like was all the work that went in to making all of those sales. And the thing that I really love to do is print the vinyl and put the vinyl on a t-shirt. That's what I love to do. Like, that's what makes me excited. I'm like, yeah. And I get to show it off, and I get to take stories, and I get to take pictures. Like, that's the fun stuff. Do you know how many hours went in to be able to do that? To be able to create 40 shirts? A lot of freaking hours, right? There's so much little work. As a coach, the thing that I lost sight of was how important all of these small things were, and how it is impossible to grow your business to the level that you want if you don't love doing those small things. I know how boring it is to go and send lead emails. I know how boring it is to go and check in on your sponsorship drill down. I know how boring it is to go and do the tedious little things in your coach office. I know how boring it is to go and schedule your posts for the boot camp. Maybe it's not boring for you. That's a boring task for me. I know that the things that are exciting is talking to people. It's talking to your team. It's talking to your coach friends. I know that it's so fun to show up on team call. I know that the enjoyable things are signing somebody up. It's the actual moment that somebody says, I'm ready. You send them the share cart, they enroll, and you're freaking out. That feeling is not possible without the little things leading up to it. It's not possible if you don't show up in your stories and you bring people along for your vision, your mission, your journey. It's not possible if you don't go and do the little things like follow and connect with people, whether they're ever going to contribute to your sales or not. Those little things are so important. Sending your emails, looking at your coach online office, looking at your sponsorship drill down, looking at where people need to be placed, who needs to be placed where, what's your income at, where are you at over here, tallying up your expenses. That shit is boring to me. It is boring. I hate it. But what I learned was how important it was, because none of that, if I didn't do any of that, I wouldn't have had a successful $1,200 pre-sale. I wouldn't have sold anything if I didn't do all of that stuff leading up to it and all of the stuff afterwards. Okay? It's necessary. Okay, that's all I have for you. I hope this was so fire. Can you tell that I feel so rejuvenated? Like, it was exactly what I needed. Here I was feeling so much fear that that business, this new business, was going to take away from my Beachbody business, and yet it literally poured the fire back into me. And I have never been so excited to be a Beachbody coach, because now more than ever, I understand what my vision is. I understand what it means to show up, and the business is literally, the Beachbody business is just getting started. Mwah. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.